Hi guys, this is Ben from Ben's RPG Pile, and today we're going to talk about how to make yet another Dungeons & Dragons Comic-Con module. Phoenix Comicon 2011 just took place, and once again we decided to participate and make a module for everybody to play. So we're going to walk you through how we did that. Everything starts with the story. What do we want to have the setting be? What we would like to talk about in our 60-minute timed adventure. That's kind of our big thing. We'd love to do a 60-minute game where everybody can play in groups of 4. And so the first thing we have to do, though, is come up with a story that's fun and engaging for the group. So this year we decided to do the Ark of Souls, which was a game that we played out of a Dungeon Delve book loosely. It was called The Broken Tower, and we turned that into our own little adventure using some of the pieces that they had, and then of course we were inspired by the Indiana Jones movies, the Ark of Souls. How can you not love that? So we have the players come to the Rusty Tankard Inn, and we proceed to give them a setting where basically they have to travel through a dungeon and retrieve the Ark of Souls, which has been captured by a guy named Angroth, and he goes out to look for a wizard to unleash its powers, and that allows the group to sneak in, try to get the Ark and get it out of there before he comes back with a wizard and unleashes its power on everybody. So that's kind of our basic stories. So you can see, guys, the map, this is pretty much what we do is we make these from scratch. Gabe and Jason are amazing designers, and we pretty much draw out on paper what we want the map to be, and this is a dungeon setting, and you'd be surprised how few rooms you can get in a 60-minute game. So we pretty much had come up with 3 rooms. The entrance, then we had a Inner Sanctum, and then we had a throne room, and we intermixed that with some traps. The map really that helps us define the features, what's going to be in there, what are the special pieces that we're going to make, what are some of the obstacles the group has to hurdle through. Okay guys, now we're going to talk about some of the special features and terrain pieces that we made for this particular game board. Again, we love Hearst Arts and we love Dwarven Forge, and we try to use those pieces to make a game board that's inviting and really leaps off the table that everybody can enjoy playing with. So lots of special pieces in this one. First, of course, is the Gong. I'll zoom in for you here. So the Gong, I showed you guys how to make that on a previous pile entry, but in this particular setting there was a gnoll who was running to hit the Gong, and if he did, he would let some additional guards come through, but the group had to try to stop the guy before he got to it and hit the Gong. I also made a rubble piece. You can never have enough fallen rubble on a game board, so great piece. I really enjoyed making it. The Hearst wood mold is a fun one, but it's painstakingly so to make them, and I wish I could have done more, but that turned out pretty good. We'll talk about another. So okay, so why don't we come back there? So that's the entrance, right? That's what the group went in and had to clear out first. Then they go down those stairs right there, and that leads them over to the second room, which is the Inner Sanctum. And this one had a wood platform where some archers would pop out. And something different about this one is we would essentially put in these pit traps, right? And if the group fell down those pits, one of 2 things happened. First, there was a vine trap. They would fall 2d10 damage. They would fall into this pit, and they would have to kill that that vine monster, or they would lose time trying to get out of there. They could also fall down another pit, and that dropped them into this ooze. And I tried to use some like gloss to paint it to make it real shiny. And we had a thing there where if the ooze got you, it could deform part of your body, like take off a leg or an arm because of the acid. Okay? And then that pretty much took us down into the throne room. Special pieces on the throne room. We had the throne itself. Right? So we followed the instructions on HearstArts.com and made that throne for the Bullywog Mudlord. He's the guy who's guarding the hideout. Okay, and then I also made a little water feature where if the group got out of there, got close to that, he had to reach 2, it would attack him. Okay. And the other unique thing about this room is we had it slowly start to fill with water. So what we would do is we would have these pieces start to come up to show that the room was filling with water. See that? Whoops. So see, just like that. Let's see if I can get a smaller one here. Yeah, here we go. So see, we put a little paper grid in there to show that the room was filling with water, just like that. Yeah. And of course we had a well that, again, we had more pits in here that the group could fall down, and if they did, they would fall into this well. I tried to have that filled with water, but I didn't seal the bottom of the pit of the well correctly, and all the water material that oozed out, so that was quite the heartbreaker. But it still had a nice water finish to it, so I just left it the way it was. Next thing you'll see is the character sheets. We liked the character sheet format that we made last year, so we didn't really change too much of it. You can notice we forgot to change a year, right? It still says 2010, but these are the sheets we used, same characters as last year. Made a nice, real simple sheet, front and back, right? Encounter powers, dailies, and at-will powers on the back, and then see. So that was Craig McBeard. There's Magnum. There's Justice Shimmerwin, the cleric. There's Draco III, the paladin. There's a Red Dawn, Tiefling Warlord, and of course the classic Bookman, the Human Wizard, right? After you have your character sheet, you pretty much have to figure out the scoring, right? We wanted to have, your goal was to get through the dungeon as quickly as you could in a certain amount of time, and so we had a pretty intense scoring sheet last year, and this year we tried to break it up a little bit and have it be a little more simplified, so it'd be easier to tally and easier to keep track of during the game. So we pretty much gave the people points for hitting on their daily powers or their encounter powers. They got 6 points for critical hits and for fumbles. They got points for succeeding in the skill challenge, and then the more surges they used, they took a penalty, because I mean they got hit more than they, you wanted them to come out of there with as few hit points lost as possible. So that was the scoring sheet we used, nice and clean. So that's kind of it, guys. That's our Phoenix Comicon 2011 module. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you had a chance to come down and play, if not, at least you got a chance to see how we put it together and some of the pieces that we created, so that everybody had a good time. So thanks again for everybody who showed up, and it was great to meet everyone and shake everybody's hands, and maybe we'll see you next year. See ya.
Got a gal and you've got none, little Liza Jane. I've got a gal and you've got none, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane. Well, come, my love, live with me, little Liza Jane. I will take good care of thee, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane. Liza Jane. Well, house and love in Baltimore, little Liza Jane. Lots of children round the door, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, little Liza Jane.